My father was brought up among Swaledale sheep up Mallerstown. He was a farm hand, and then he was a farm hand at Easgill Head up Wharton, and then he started farming on his own over at a small farm at Swaledale, and then he came to Mallerstown, to Ing Hill, and then to Sandpot, where I was born at Sandpot, and then we moved down to Thringill in 1947, where there was a good flock of Swaledale sheep there. It was my mother's father that had farmed them for a number of years, and then my mother's brother. My grandfather, my mother's father, was the first man to sell a Swaledale tup shearling for £50.
What did you call him?
William Alderson. That was in the 1925 or 6, somewhere about there. I had 4 brothers. They all worked at home for a while till another one left school, and then they moved on. They all had their own farms. I got my farming to farm on my own in 1972. A small farm, working off bits, even as a caretaker at a primary school for a year or two. The farm I went on to, Windhill Wharton, they had roofs, but it was an enclosed fell, so I bred about Swaledales off me brothers and bred off them. Sold my first tup lambs in about 1981.
Who are your brothers then?
William.
Is he the eldest?
William was the oldest. Well, I had a sister older, Elsie. William was the oldest brother, then there was Ernest, Jeff and Arthur, and then I had a younger sister Jane.
So 7 of you?
Yes.
Is that right?
Yeah.
5 boys, 2 girls?
Yeah. There was 3 girls, but one died when she was very young. So there was 8 of us altogether.
Gosh.
Yeah.
Was it nice growing up with eight of you? Was it hard work?
No, it wasn't hard work. It was very enjoyable.
Yeah.
It was. We had some good times. Times were hard, which they were in them days.
Yeah.
My parents wouldn't have a lot of money when they started farming. They maybe didn't have a lot after they'd finished, but I think they enjoyed farming all their lives, and my father was a very good stockman. We had a very good herd of Northern Dairy Shorthorns. Won many prizes. There was an instance in the 30s when the farmer at Ingle up Mallerstown, he had a new calved heifer, walked it to Kirby, made £14, passed it out, walked it home, calved it again, and sold it as a second calver for £15. So you know how times were hard in the 30s. But yeah, enjoyed growing up with my brothers and sisters. Yeah, happy childhood.
So you said that you'd won a cup, which was Jeff's.
Yes, my brother Jeff, my oldest brother William, he used to sell tup shearlings, but Ernest, Jeff and Arthur, when they started breeding, and Jeff most of his life, sold his tup lambs, and Jeff broke his own record at Kirby many times. One year I came reserved to him, which was the closest I ever got, and when he passed away, about 11 years ago, his wife gave a cup in his memory for the champion ram lamb, which I won this year at KB Auction Mart, and I was very proud to win it.
So has there always been a lot of rivalry between you and between you brothers and Swaledale sheep?
Yes, there's been rivalry. It's always been happy rivalry. Pulled me brother's lambs to bits, and they've pulled mine to bits, but it's always been just jokingly. Yeah, I've showed against them for many years. One year up at Millcock Show, Ernest, Jeff and Arthur and me showed, and I think we took away about 90% of the prizes, which we were pleased with, but I don't think some of the other exhibitors were.
When was that?
It would be in the 80s,
Yeah.
late 80s, yeah. Middle 80s somewhere. This is the open class for the ram lambs. It used to be the large breeders and the small breeders, but the large breeders, they dwindled down. 1 or 2 years was only 2 showing, so we made it the open, and any member of the Swaledale breeders can show in it in the open now.
So at Kirby you kind of seem to take on the stewarding role.
Yes.
How do you get involved in that?
Well, I've been on committee, well, I've been a member of the Swaledale sheep breeders since about 1958. I've been a committee member. I was put on committees in the early 80s, and this last 20 years I've sort of acted as a steward for judging and a sailoring steward. It's
Is it a job that you enjoy?
Yes, I enjoy it very much, especially when they're showing, because you get a good look, the first look, maybe before some of the judges have a look, and it is very interesting. It is. This one that Kay Hutchison's holding is one of mine. I'm getting a bit old to hold them for a long time, and Kay's a good handler, and she held it for us. It got 5th prize. It was by a Marwood lamb. It made £1,800, which I was over the moon. That's David Birbeck, my nephew. He was 6th prize. They had to fetch the referee judging, Alan Alderson, the chairman of the association. But he left them as they were when the judges judged them, placed them.
So after the Tullys got 1st and 2nd, who got the rest of the prizes in the open?
Patrick Sauby came 3rd and Mr. Tully was 4th.
In a farming point of view, what, looking back, what should you have done that you didn't do?
I don't think I would change a lot. I would have liked to been on a bigger farm that I could have had maybe 400 or 500 pure swale ewes, but to the swaley tup, to sell more tup lambs. But no, I don't think I'll change a lot. I've had a happy life breeding Swaledales and mule lambs. Ruth and me been married 53 years. And I wouldn't change anything about that. Marriage.
Do you need a patient wife to breed Swaledales?
A very patient wife. especially when it comes to the tup sales, you're away 3, 4 or 5 or 6 days, you never hardly see you. But you're always down to get back. Yeah.
What class are they bringing in for now?
The class now is the small breeders. It's supposed to be them, the small breeders is them that has no more than 100 pure swale ewes. I just put about 30 to 35 to the pure swale. The first one here is Matthew Staley's son's holding it, one of Matthew's. The next one is Colin Sowerby's, and then there's my two. John Nicholson was holding one for Dorothy Heseltine. There's a nice show of lambs in the small breeders. There's usually more out in the small breeders. Put them all off, the judges having a good look at them. Kay came to hold it again for us, the one that I was holding, and my nephew's wife held me other lamb that I was shown, Marion Birbeck. They pulled mine up to the first and second, which I was very, very pleased with. John Nicholson holding one of Dorothy Heseltine's was third, and Tully's was fourth. This lamb, it won the small breeders, and I got second as well. It went on to win the overall champion lamb, which I've never done before. I've been waiting since 1981. It won 3 cups. The lamb, it was got by a Marwood lamb, and out of a homebred ewe got by a Bill Cabot tup. And it's my best day ever with Swaledale tup lambs. The best 3 lambs, Tully, Mr. Tully won and we were second. A memory?
Yeah.
Well, I have a lot of memories. Breeding, selling Swaledale tup lambs, but the biggest one is this year when I won the small breeders and won my brother's cup. It was a very emotional day for me, and one I was proud to be.
Did you think you had a chance when you set off?
Well, I thought I had a good lamb at home, but it isn't till you get into company of other lambs that you don't know how good it is. But when they came out to show in the small breeders, I thought I had a chance.
Yeah.
But I didn't think I would get first and second. Sometimes when a lamb's born, you can see that it should make one. And the lamb that I won with this year, when it was born, it had nice hard hair, and I thought it's going to make one, and it went through and made one. But you think you've got a good one when they're born, and they go the other way. When they come to autumn, they're no good at all. So, yeah.
Is that why you do it then, the challenge?
It's a challenge, yes, it is, and it keeps us going. Yeah. I'd like to carry on a few more years breeding Swaledales and breeding Swaledale tup lambs, but it's seems to be getting harder each year.
So now you've realised this ambition, where do you go from here?
Well, I can't beat it. I can only equal it if I ever do, but as a small breeder, when you haven't got a sheep, there's winning a championship at a Swaledale top sale maybe only comes around once in your lifetime, if you're lucky. And I've had mine, and I'm over the moon. I'm pleased if I don't ever do it again.